Hey, I was on Pam's stream today for Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, and I just wanted to help her out by making just a real fast and dirty tricks and tips kind of thing. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to show off is the Izuna drop. So how to do that is pretty simple. It's available from the start, and it can be done with a variety of the weapons. How the combo goes varies slightly between weapons. I might show that off with the lunar staff later when I get it later in the stage, but with the Izuna drop, it is a light heavy, light, 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 into another heavy. And when done correctly, it should look like this. Okay, so I just wanted to show off here the Izuna drop with the lunar staff. So instead of uh, three light inputs or light attack inputs in the air, it's just two, and then into the heavy, and then that's what it should look like once you do it correctly. Next tip I want to go over is shurikens. So they don't do a lot of damage, but they kind of disable your opponent's movement. Okay, that's another tip right there. I'll get into that. That's escaping suicide desperation attacks. A lot of the ninjas, when they lose body limbs, will try to make a last attempt to kill you, and if you mash buttons and wiggle the stick, you can get out of them. So this turned into a differently entire tip, but useful nonetheless. Right here, I'm gonna show the use of shurikens, kind of just stopping projectile users from just kind of that guy. He shoots rockets, very annoying, does a lot of damage. We don't want to get hit by him. Sometimes the shurikens have trouble because they lock onto the wrong target, but I swear this works. So right there, he was about to shoot me, and now I am obliterating him. So yeah, that's another use for shurikens that is majorly helpful. So don't forget to use it. Here's another tip. I'm gonna talk about how to get some iframes. So if you're in a little bit of a pickle, there's ways to kind of like avoid enemy attacks while still attacking the enemy. One of them is through obliteration techniques. So obliteration techniques, when a opponent has lost a limb or is in some kind of like dazed state, you press the heavy attack button. Don't hold the direction, don't hold the button, just, tap it, and you do a cinematic where you just completely kill the enemy. It also gets rid of them faster instead of letting them wander around. And during this, you cannot be hit. So if there are multiple enemies swarming you, you can use an obliteration technique to kind of escape from some incoming damage. There is one more way you can get some invul frames in the middle of action. And that is through ultimate techniques. So good time to show them here. Once you're ready, let them rip. And while this cool ass animation plays, you are pretty much invulnerable to damage, even if they shoot at you. Even if they like all rush you and start swinging, most of them won't. They'll just kind of stand around for the most part if you unleash an ultimate attack, but you're pretty much safe if you unleash one. Again, you could always get charged up faster by using essence off of dead enemies. So another thing I'd like to show off is defense. Defense is always good. Sometimes you don't have time to get out of the way of attack, or even send an attack out on your own. So blocking is always good. And there's a couple options you can do. You can dodge out of the way by holding the block button and dodging. I did a bad job there because he command grabbed me. But if you can't do that, if you know when the opponent's going to attack, you can do a counter attack like that by pressing the heavy or light button right before an opponent's about to attack. If you're not comfortable with that, you could always just try dodging, and then not having to worry about timing and putting yourself at risk. But I'd say there's a couple situations where doing a counter will get you out of a really bad situation. So don't be afraid to try it out. A little thing about the shops is shops where you can buy healing items. That's where you spend your yellow essence on, and you can get upgrades. Upgrades are given out to certain shops in certain levels. It's not at every shop you visit, but just be on the lookout and try to visit every shop because you might not know if it's your first time playing that there might be an upgrade there. I will say these first two shops, I think you can miss, at least on the difficulty that I'm playing on, very hard. They don't have any upgrades, they just sell healing items, so if you're in the need for healing items, keep on the lookout for these. In this level right here, there's at least two. So if you miss this one by accidentally jumping down a pit, don't worry. Okay. So I'm at the spider boss, and I just want to show off a neat trick to get some early damage on it. So at the start of the fight, depending on what he does, he'll either run straight at you or he'll roar. If he runs straight at you, you can charge a level 1 ultimate attack. If he roars and then starts running, you can do a level 2 ultimate attack. It's pretty reactable to see which one you can do, and I'll just show it right here. So he roared, I'm able to get off a level 2, and I get a lot of damage for it. Usually he doesn't do that, so I wouldn't count on it. Here, I'll show what happens if he doesn't, roar. See, you can get a level 1. He might guard some of the attacks, so some of the damage varies a little bit. He likes really doing that command grab. It's the third time he does it. That's honestly the one thing you want him to do. See, I got caught. I got really greedy right there. Sometimes I don't know when he'll do that kick. But right there, you do an obliteration technique, and then the fight's over. I got pretty lucky. I got lucky on him doing the command grab 3 times. Right, 65th time's the charm. Okay, it wasn't that many takes, but we're at the Fada boss. He's honestly not hard. He's just he wants to waste a lot of your time. When he isn't having his hands down, he's spamming these lasers that don't necessarily do a lot of damage. They're just very annoying. Yeah, so position yourself, yeah, around the wrists. That's where I like to put myself, because he likes to do the quick grab. For the hand slaps, just block. Dodge the big grab. The quick grab again, just position yourself at the wrist. On the outside, not the inside. If you do it on the inside, I guarantee you it'll be way harder to dodge. This is annoying, because sometimes he doesn't really give you an opening. There, I kind of got a little tired of doing it. It doesn't matter, you can't beat him in the first, downing him the first time. You just kind of have to just wail on him a little bit. A little bit of cathartic release. Here, I'm getting lucky because he keeps spamming those grabs. Got some free damage. And that time he was very cooperative with me. I've had multiple runs. Press the attack button once. I think I did the light button there, and it's over. It's not even an obliteration technique. You can just press the light attack, and that's how you beat the boss for this stage. just take into account his, what he does. A lot of the stuff's reactable, and for the stuff that's harder to react to, again, just stay on the outside of the wrist. I hope these tips help, and I hope
Finally found
this
it.
will motivate
So,
the people that
what's
watch
the
to
CIA
get
looking
through the
for?
rest of the game.